First stocks, then cryptocurrency, then stocks again. Now cryptocurrency is now officially altcoin cryptocurrency season. We've got Ravencoin, RVN up 152% in the last 7 days. What is going on out there? The stock market's going crazy. The crypto market is going crazy. I mean, what is going on out there? Well, today's chat is all about developing your first trading plan. But I think before we even go into that, I think we just need to look at some of these gains that some of these coins are making. And I've just got this Ravencoin chart up right now, and the volume, the amount of people who are plowing money into this coin in the last week, especially from the last 2 or 3 days, is insane. It's absolutely insane. I mean, I don't even know how to quantify this. I've tried to look for news to find out if there's any particular news items that have come out that have made this particular coin pop so much, but I can't. This just looks to be just general interest and amount of people who are buying up this coin, which is crazy, which is just nothing short of crazy. I mean, it's a particularly small coin. I mean, just looking at it, the market cap of the coin in total is relatively small, only $600 million. But the amount of volume that's taken hold of this coin, especially in the last 24 hours, had a 300% increase in volume. Yeah, that coin looks like it's going to the moon, but who knows? Who knows where these coins are going to slow down or pick up even? Who knows? Right, so one of the most interesting things to do, one of the most important things to do when you first decide that you want to start trading is coming up with your very first trading plan. Now, this is your sort of checklist or criteria for how you will trade, and it just sets out the parameters in which you hope to operate. So the very first thing on my list when I put my first trading plan together was essentially to choose a market. So a lot of you that will be listening to this are probably particularly interested in stocks or crypto, but the trading plan could vary between the different markets that you might be interested in. So it could be a particular trading plan you might have for stocks, you might have another trading plan for crypto. If you're interested in forex or some of the other commodities that are out there, you might have slightly different or completely different sort of trading plans for each individual market. But the first thing you need to do is identify which market you want to trade in. The second thing is work out what your entry criteria is for a trade. So that might be determined by your time frame. So how long do you think you're interested in holding on to a particular investment for or trade? So is it for a couple of days, a couple of hours, a couple of minutes, a couple of months? Is there a particular price or particular volume that you're looking for to confirm that you're going to get involved in a trade? Are there particular technical indicators that you're using to help you choose your entry point, such as some of the moving averages that you might be looking at on your trade? But the most important thing is understanding at which point you will get in. Equally as important is the exit criteria. So what will determine when you get out of a trade? How are you going to identify when you're going to take your profit? Or how do you identify that actually this trade hasn't gone in your favor and you're going to decide to cut your loss? At which point do you set that? Are you going to set your stop losses and profit takers at the point of the initial trade, or will you do that retrospectively? by setting up an order or a conditional order, or will you be looking at the pricing and hope to get in and out of trades manually? Linked into that is your risk management. So you are able to set a stop loss, which in short is a trade that will trigger an automatic sell based on the price falling below or rising above a particular price that's unfavorable to you. So it's very good practice to ensure that every trade you execute has a stop loss in there, and that you define ideally in advance of what the maximum loss you're willing to take on any one particular trade is. The next item is money management. So the easiest way to describe this from my point of view is how much of your total account are you willing to put down on one specific trade. So from my point of view, I like to just use 5% of my total account on any one trade at any one time. So if the trade goes bad, it's only going bad on a percentage point of 5% of my total account, rather than doing a YOLO and putting the whole account into one trade that I might think might be fantastic and it goes completely bad. You can very easily lose 10, 15, 20, 50, however much of your total account on just one bad trade. Whereas if you lose, 10%, which would be a bad trade in any circumstance, on 5% of your account, it's a lot better than 10% of your whole account. So it's really important to understand what your position trading will, or your position size would be on each individual trade, because it's very important to help you manage money and to help control risk of your overall account blowing up, basically. Recording trading statistics. So recording your progress, the amount of wins against losses you have each day, very, very important for you to understand if you are consistently winning, or consistently losing, or just generally being inconsistent. Understanding why certain trades worked, why certain trades didn't work is very important for your progress and understanding how you can improve how you trade without recording your statistics. And most platforms automatically track how you are performing, but reviewing that information and then retrospectively looking at when you could have done certain things in a trade will help you improve overall. And one perfect way to do this is actually to simulation trade. Simulation trading is very, very powerful because you essentially can trade as live but without real money. So there is an emotional aspect between using real money and using play money, but what you can work on in simulation is your entry points, your exit points, your risk management, your money management, all your criteria for entering and exit. Essentially, if you can't consistently make a profit in simulation, there's no reason why you should expect to make completely different results in a live market. Just as simple as that. So my sort of advice would be to try and grow a 25% profit in simulation using your trading plan. And then you can give yourself some comfort that you've got a plan that is more than likely able to produce results rather than one that didn't work at all in simulation. And you can also invest in different systems that will enable you to simulation trade and or backtest, which is essentially coding or setting up how you would trade in a normal environment and then running that as a predefined test on previous data to see how many times you would have won or lost a trade. So it performs a similar type of function to simulation trading. The only difference is that the actual activity of trading is not necessarily in real time with backtesting, but can give you some really valuable insights into how a trading strategy might perform.